will be one of the most important day trading video you ever watch, as I am going to run through step by step my thought process so that you will never miss a trade like this on Friday again. Now this was at least a 5-point move, so I'm going to run through step by step on what to be looking out for, how to be planning your trades so that next time you do not miss out on this again. Now if you take a look at the 30-minute chart, this was exactly what happened, right? We had a head and shoulder formation out of this top of this buying channel here of a very strong resistance level that we were prepared for, that was trying to break through this certain neckline support at this level. Now we were prepared for this right here at 10:50 a.m. We were already prepared for this. Take a look, right? We were prepared for a possible head and shoulder formation forming from this resistance here with this top neckline here at this top channel right here in order to test the neckline. Look exactly what happened, and we already saw it happening and prepared for it at 10:50 a.m. and 10:50 was even before this candle was formed, and so many of our members managed to get the trade here. Fantastic work, and that's all because you were prepared to take the trade. And more than just preparation, in this video I will be running through step by step the structure and also the thought process, as well as the techniques you need to be looking out for when preparing for this trade right here. Now first things first, it's very important that you pay attention, Discord members, to pre-market brief every morning right here, where we've already prepared the important levels, and you realize these are the important levels that help us to plan our trades right here. Look, we were already prepared for it even before the market starts, and it was only when we started seeing some clues that the market was giving us, and I'll be running through minute by minute how you should be planning for this trade here. So let's start from 10:50, where we saw the possibility of this trade happening right at this point in time right now. Now we already established that was a certain buying channel right here, and you can see we already knew there was some sort of buying channel here. Now if you want to be buying puts, there's always a possible trade you can be taking when it is at the top of the buying channel. Why? Because you can always ensure that your stops are tight right at the channel. Now the only risk that you may be having is if the chart continues to hug the top of the channel like this, and you will always progressively get stopped out. So I don't always recommend taking trades right at the top of the channel until you see some sort of rejection or you come near to some sort of resistance. So seeing rejection is very important. So let's see the candles running, and this is where you start seeing certain rejection like this, right? So when you see large candles coming in, now the first thing you have to pay attention to now is to know where the previous resistance was, right? So now this was the resistance at the head here. So if you want to be taking a trade, well, without structure or without much confirmation, now this is probably a good place to put your stop loss. Now it's still a little bit too far away in my comfort level. If I were to be putting a risk reward window right here, now this wouldn't be such a good trade, right? Because your stop loss is up to this amount, and your rewards, especially when we identify where the possible support level is, it's only a 0.72 risk reward ratio. This is certainly not where I want to be opening my puts, not yet anyway. But what you want to be paying attention to now is the possibility of this secondary resistance, right? You saw that there was a previous resistance here that was part of this buying channel. We want to see if this resistance holds as it forms this right shoulder. This is the infamous head and shoulder formation, right? So let's take a look if it forms, right? So if you want to be taking puts, if you see some sort of resistance forming at this yellow, right? And right now we have 3 candles forming. It's good enough. It's safe enough for you to take a trade like this, right? So I would most probably be taking my trade here, my puts here, when I see a possible head and shoulder formation forming. You want to know where are the possibilities that you will be facing some bounce. Now, the first place that you may be facing some bounce is at this support level here. How do you identify the support? When you see this previously right? This was the neckline of the